sad last week when I found out that Maria von Trapp from Sound of Music passed away. Yeah, I know. It always makes me sad when people I thought had died a decade ago actually die. All I could do was sing, "So long, farewell, I thought you'd already died," as if you and maybe you guys, if you even know who she is, goodbye. I mean, I wish I knew she was still in Vermont, so I could go up there and talk to her and tell her how I know every one of her frickin' songs by heart. Because what's my wife's favorite musical? That's right, Sound of Music. Who's seen it like 1,000 times? Who's been to the sing-along Sound of Music 12 times? I wish I could have had that talk, but alas, I can't. Oh well. On a cheerier note, I did read a study this week that an average American, half of the food they eat is junk food. But then the other half, I assume, gives you listeria that gets that junk food out of your system. So it all makes sense. Yeah. I read Disney is going to make a new Indiana Jones movie in 2 years. Indiana Jones and the quest for his social security check. Yeah. But Harrison, I think I know how it's going to end. Harrison Ford. But Harrison Ford might be onto something. For the rest of his life, every 2 years, he should just bring back one of his famous characters and have him die at the end. That's a great retirement plan in my book. Yeah. And the Academy Awards, man, they got some bad press, rightfully so, for not being diverse enough this year. But then I also thought, it was a 4-hour show with just white people. How long is it going to be when they include all the races? That could go on all night. And, you know, my son started playing baseball, and I realized, you know what a baseball coach is? He's my son's first bully. Yeah, you know, like bullies, they never are by themselves, they're in groups of 3. Yeah, and it's no wonder my son can't hit a baseball, because, you know, when he's batting, there's a guy in first base saying, "Come on, hit the ball, boy!" There's a guy in third base saying, "Come on, don't swing at everything, don't swing!" And there's a guy in the dugout asking for his mom's phone number. Pushy response, "Dad, you know our phone number, don't you?" I don't know why I volunteered for that annoying job. And then Donald Trump, I read, is going to be performing stand-up tomorrow at Down in Hills. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. One good phallic symbol deserves another. But then my wife and I were discussing the other night, like, what happens to all these T-shirts from the campaign when the politicians leave the race? Like, is there some kid in Bangladesh who's wearing an "I Like Jeb" shirt? Is there an overweight kid in Peru who's wearing the "Racing Over Till the Fat Politician Sings" Chris Christie shirt? And who on earth is going to end up with a "Make America Great Again" shirt? Some kid in Mississippi? I sure hope not. But I do have an admission to make. I'm not proud of it, but I am voting for Donald Trump. Come on, my mother-in-law told me that she's moving to Canada if he becomes president. I had no choice. And granted, I do love my mother-in-law, but Donald Trump taught me, don't let the truth get in the way of a good joke, right? Yeah. And so I've actually come up with a little ditty to try to help get Donald Trump elected so my mother-in-law can move to Canada. And it goes like this. I see Trump towers here, Trump towers there. I see Trump towers everywhere. And I smugly say to myself, must be Donald Trump's world. I see a big border wall, 40 feet tall. And Mexico is gonna pay for it all. And I proudly think to myself, must be Donald Trump's world. Now the poll says, I'm not nice, but Vladimir Putin knows I'm his guy. And that Megyn Kelly, oh what a witch. But yeah, I'd do if I wasn't hitched. Cause I got family values, Now my mother-in-law thinks I'm a racist. But who made Arsenio his apprentice? Woo, woo, scoreboard! And I proudly think to myself, must be Donald Trump's world. My name is Paul Whitney. I do not support this message. And next up is a very funny man who the most likely to be checked at TSA, Abhinav Goyal.